There you go. And then you can just hold it, point it at us, and
So what you're going to want to probably do is go to the other end of the table to start with. Because what we do is we're going to start with the scalp. So with the scalp, we're going to basically do a circle type motion, working all the way around. Then when we get to the front of the scalp, we're going to work back, just like what he was doing with you, where we're working back the other way. Go ahead.
Just run the thumbs like.
So when we're working back, what I'm doing is I'm working this way across the sagittal suture,
Oh,
not just this way.
okay.
And then work back by getting the tug of the hair like we were doing earlier with you. Yep.
All right.
And if she's upset at you, this is the moment you're going to find out about it.
I was just like, still having this drainage.
So then I'm gonna take the ears and I'm gonna work around the side of the ear, just doing little circles all the way around the side of the ear to the front.
Start in the back.
Yeah. So you got to the front pretty quickly, I felt like.
Yeah, I started wrong.
So we start there, and then just kind of work your way around, but doesn't need to be quick. This is massage.
Right? Pulling the ear a little too, right? From that lymphatic drainage I had.
There you go.
Pull
Right.
a little bit. So basically I'm just staying on the inside when I'm doing
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Nothing here. Okay.
So then, where's my lotion? Where'd my lotion go?
Shoot, I didn't see it. I lost sight of it too.
I have a lotioner in here somewhere.
We had it on the table.
Here it is.
Oh, yeah.
Found it.
I had last saw it on the table. I lost sight of it.
Does he need a seat?
So, what you're going to want to do now is take a little bit of the lotion. Hello, sir. How are you? Good. So, you're going to take your fingers and move up that way. Just let it slide up type thing right on the side. Just nice and soft. Then once that's done, we're going to use the occipitals, and we're just going to pull the occipitals, and then do the same thing on the other side.
You realize he was laying there.
Oh.
And then over to the occipitals.
Oh, sorry.
No,
This
no.
side too, right?
Not yet.
Oh.
Oh,
Do this
then
first.
I go into the middle, and then
Oh.
then we go to the other side.
Okay.
You can probably pull them more if you want, Lisa. That'll probably, yeah, there we go. That's what's about, oh yeah, spinning really well. My neck must be probably more than I thought.
And so when you're over there, what you're going to want to do is go ahead and stand more in that area.
Okay.
Mechanics are important.
Mechanics are very important. Do you want to sit there?
No.
Okay.
That's okay.
Okay. All right. So then we're gonna start working on the back area. Now the back, the first thing that I do, go ahead and grab some lotion. I'll just, there you go. Is I'm gonna have you actually come up to the top.
Okay.
And I'm gonna have you basically working, just letting your hands flow all the way down, exactly, right like that. And just make sure you get some oil on those sides, there we go. And again, like I was telling Vinny earlier, we never really do anything with the spine. Then I would move to the side. Go ahead and move that side and we'll just kind of mirror each other.
Okay.
So I'm going to let my hand go up. So you're pretty much keeping the hands together going at the same time. Don't need to. So basically this hand can be flowing. Once it gets here, now we can move this hand up here and you can reach exactly right like that. And be doing that type of move.
Excuse me.
Now, once we're there, then a move that I like to do with the ribs, so is I'll have my fingers together at this point, and I'm gonna just work all the way up to the lower area of his scapula. And then we're gonna come on back down again. Then I'm going to do the exact same thing again, only with the fingers open. So I'm giving three things here at once because they really kind of flow together. And the final one is I'm going to go like right there, and I'm going to go all the way up. This one I'll go up to the traps and then come back down. So first one was all together. So you keep on wanting to move your hands together at the same time. Yeah, that's fine. So basically, having them in sync with each other is much better idea. Then back down again, heading back down the other way. And what I basically do is I'll take quarter turns. What I'm seeing you do is you're kind of going this way, you know. But what I'll do is I'll take there, then I'll go halfway up. Then I'll take those two fingers and I'll go back. Instead of, that way you really get a good thorough in there type thing. Absolutely. So you're kind of placing yeah, there we go. Perfect. Right, and that one you're kind of putting it above instead of right in. This one you're getting right more, so there we go. And then back down again. So you want to aim for this finger.
Okay.
There you go. There you go. Right. Then you're going to do the same exact thing, just opening your fingers up. The reason to open the fingers up is you're getting a little bit more inside the ribs and whatnot when you're doing that. Yeah, it's a different feel.
So come over a little more.
Yeah. And then back down. Once you get to the base of the scapula, right in this type of bony area here, you can go back down again.
Okay.
Keeping your fingers open. Okay, so then the third one again was where I'm kind of just pulling away from the spine on both sides. Now again, like I told Vinny, I don't tend to allow my fingers to go around because I just don't, but obviously you can. Well, and then they're gonna switch it over the other way. There we go. And then switch it back. And then switch. And this one I take pretty much all the way up to the trapezius, which is up here. Now what I'll do is something I didn't do with you, but I just thought I'd have something a little bit different here, is we also have hot bamboo. These aren't that warm right now. And typically I would have my coconut oil, but that doesn't really matter either. So with hot bamboo, I'm just going to bring it up, contour it around the scapula, up there. It just feels good. It feels better if it was hotter. I don't know why it's not hotter. I have the heating pad on. So basically just take it all the way. Well, I am going to start it this way.
Okay.
So go ahead and take it. So you're going to take it that way. And then bring it back up again. And now I'm going to turn it at the scapula area. And work it into the shoulder. Yeah, that's good. That works. And you can get it into the neck area too. So with the neck area, no, go ahead and hold on to it. With the neck area, what you're going to want to do is kind of bring it right in that area there. Not really. You're basically just contouring where the body is.
Does that hurt any?
Oh, that's a good spot to get it on. It's been sore there, tight there today.
That it's been hurting there?
Yeah, the
Have you guys, did you guys get any of our pain begun?
I should keep trying.
I got muscle gel.
Yeah, the pain begun, the blue bottle.
Red, it's a red tube.
Okay, I want you guys to get the pain begun.
It works
I
better.
really did believe in the red gel,
Yeah.
but comparatively, the pain begun is so much better.
Okay.
All right, and if you put it in that area, that would definitely help what's going on there as well. All right, so any questions so far? Okay, so within a relaxation type massage, I'm not going to work the glutes. I will, however, work the legs and whatnot. I take that back too. And if you need the location as to where to get hot bamboo, you can just check with us.
Okay.
So let's do what we didn't do with you, and go ahead and take his leg out as well. And let's just make it kind of, that's not the way that I drape, but that way we can have both demonstrations.
Right.
Now, as I was saying with telling Vinny, what the correct way to do this part is indeed to come up here. However, I will not do that part that way. I come down here and kind of do a downstroke. All your strokes should go towards the heart. But like I was telling him, I don't want to be accused of doing anything that I wasn't, I don't want to, So what you can do then from your side is you can take your hands and just bring your hands up. And just, exactly, you got that. You got it going on. And you can go like you are, going places that I won't go. And that's not a problem. It's not a problem at all. And that could be in the inner thigh too, where you could, I have other ways to get to the inner thigh, but I don't use that way.
Okay.
How are your hands doing with lotion?
A little bit.
Here, let's put this down here. So then with the knees, what I was telling, can I borrow your arm for a minute? This area right in here, if you mess with it the wrong way, I can give you a stroke.
Right.
The same thing within this area here is, so you really don't want to if you'll notice in all my massages, I never really work in this area. What I will do is I'll come here on the side, right in the grooves there,
Okay.
and I'll work on the groove areas. So what I'm doing here is kind of going along the groove, allowing my thumb to just go in that groove area. And then once I do that, we're now down to the
And then do you
calves.
go on the outside too with the other?
Yeah, I do that at the same time.
Okay.
So I'm doing that on the inside. Now I can use my other thumb at the same time and just doing them both together.
Okay.
And now we're down to the
Do
calves.
you want to come out here and sit?
Well, I don't bother you.
Well, it's no bother. It just, I know you can't stand long, so usually sits right in this chair. It's okay.
So then I'm going to take my thumbs and I'm going to kind of in a V type shape. I'm working up on the calves. They're kind of overlapped, yeah. And just let it flow up that way. Then we're to the lateral and medial malleolus. Like I was telling Vinny, this, if you're going to break something on the ankle, it's going to be right there, most likely.
Mm-hmm.
So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my two, and I'm going to basically circle, yeah, with the two hands. There's a couple different ways I can do this, but right now I'm basically circling these bones.
Okay.
So I'm going to go all the way around the bone.
My hands aren't wide enough.
So if that's too much, what you can also do is you can, take your thumb
Just do it one
and you
at a
can
time.
just go around the one, and you're just circling around it, and then do basically, like I was doing earlier, you can take your thumb and go around that side. So then we get down to the foot. Now with the foot, I'm going to just, for a relaxation type massage, I'm going to just go right like that. I'm basically just letting the palm just kind of gravitate in there. Once I'm done there, I'm going to kind of make a curvature with my finger there. Yep, and I'm going to come right alongside here on the side, exactly. How you doing, Vinny?
I'm good.
Good. And then I'm going to do the same type of thing over here, where I'm opening that little, so I can do that side as well. That looks uncomfortable. Are you okay that way?
Kind of.
Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm standing on this side of his foot,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm taking try switching hands. Try holding, there you go. That's much better.
Okay.
That's much better.
I'm not left-handed, so I thought, maybe I should try the right, but that's probably not the mechanical way to do it.
Well, I'm ambidextrous, so I have that advantage. So,
Good for you.
right? So there you go.
Okay.
Then we got the toes. Now the toes, basically, here, let me show you with the knuckle. It's easier to show with the knuckle.
Okay.
You've got different knuckles here, type thing. And you got the same thing on the toe, it's just they're a lot closer smushed together.
Okay.
So you're going to just basically do a circle, circle, come up to the top one, circle, and then pull.
Circle like.
So basically what we're going to do is kind of just a circle right there on top of where it's at. And then I'm going to go right in there in the middle.
Just from on the sides of it.
Yeah,
you're doing
thumbs on the side. And I'm going to do the same thing there, there. Then I'm going to pull.
Okay.
And the pull doesn't need to be hard.
Like that.
Just bite them off.
Well, and then you can do that.
Leave it to Dad.
So yeah, basically you're going to get down here to the base of it.
Okay. Like this.
And then you're going to go in between.
Turn.
And then you're going to go up. And then you're going to go. There you go. And you're going to work your way across.
Okay.
You missed the hair pulling earlier. I don't know what to tell you about that.
Yeah. So when we get mad at you, we can pull your hair. It'll hurt pretty good.
Good ass.
It's relaxation. We don't do it that hard.
Yeah.
Well, she doesn't do about everything but pull my hair.
Okay.
All right. So then, with the feet, I'm going to go ahead and show the bamboo again.
Okay. Now we got sticks.
Yeah, now we got sticks where we can hit each other. Yeah. This is a violent activity. So basically, you're just bring it on down, and it's just a good way to really give an extra
Straighten out your foot.
attention to the foot. And you really don't want to roll it like a rolling pin.
Oh.
So if you notice, I'm kind of letting it stay stationary
Okay.
within the process. All right, so I think we're ready to roll over to the other side. Hang on a second here. And okay. Something I didn't say last time, but it's always good to do also. Go ahead and lift up your... What's that?
He'll sleep there now.
There we go, right? Go ahead and lift up your head. And in.
Oh, okay.
Just give it a nice little fellow there.
Heard it crack.
All right, so basically we're back up at the head.
I'll make sure to center myself. There we go.
Comfortable?
I could feel my right arm was going off. Yeah, I had to center myself
All right.
for us. Yeah.
You good?
Yes.
Sure?
Absolutely.
Positive?
No negative.
Okay, all right. So basically we're going to start with the circles again. With the head, and then come back around on the satchel sutured. Basically the same thing we did on the other side. So kind of what I'm doing is I'm making the circles a little, what I see you doing is kind of like this. What I'm doing is kind of like that.
Okay.
And then once you get to the back, work your way back up like you did on when he was on the other side. Exactly right. Okay, so once we're done there, then for the face, I actually feel somewhat comfortable here, but you want to kind of get at the level of the individual. Typically, I'll have a chair or something in that regard. Actually, I'm going down. And you just want to flow up with the face. Once you give a couple of those across the forehead, down into the sinus cavities, the zomatic arches, and just, I don't typically do the top lip or something like that. Obviously, you can.
Like this.
Mm-hmm. And then you want to give some forehead attention. With the forehead, I'm going to have them a little bit more perpendicular to the forehead.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And once we get done with that, I'm going to run in between down to both sides of the nose and into the zygomatic arches, here on the sinus cavities, and I'll do that. So actually, start up here. Just give me your thumbs,
Okay.
okay? And then come on down that way. So.
This is awkward. I don't know why.
Well, it's awkward. Well, it's. I can understand why it's awkward. But let me try that one more time.
Okay.
So go ahead and scoot over just a little bit. So you're just letting your thumb flow down. So I'll even have the base. I'll have these kind of there, so they kind of have a structure.
Okay.
And then I just let my thumb do the work. And, if it's awkward, it's something
I just gotta
that,
practice
yeah,
it.
exactly, right? So I've got that. And then, like I was telling Vinny, you can do the upper lip. I don't tend to do the upper lip, but you can do that up there. It does feel good. And you can do the lips like that. But I tend to just go in that area.
Did you cross on the top? Or
So,
just
yeah, exactly, right? Like you just did.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then just kind of bring it behind his ear, maybe.
That works.
Okay.
So then, Vinny, bring your arms up if you would. And then relax. Bring them on down. Awesome. So let's do the same thing we did before. And we're just going to work down both sides of the body at the same time. You don't need a lot of lotion.
Okay.
First time I actually did a massage, I was in school still, and yeah, you're basically just letting the hands flow up. I felt like I really needed a lot of lotion. The guy was not happy.
Oh,
Let's
boy.
just put it that way. He was not he left like a greased rat, and it was like, yeah, okay, I just learned.
Oh boy.
But you got to start somewhere, right?
Right. Absolutely.
And once you've done that, you can bring your arm up here. And I'm just going to use my forearm. So you're actually down here.
Mm-hmm.
This is a spot I wanted to ask you, Guy, a little bit on my bicep, and the one you're holding. that tendon in there seems to be a little sore. If she was to do this too, would that be some area where she could apply a little more pressure there? That'd be
You
right
could
there.
definitely apply more
'Cause there's-
pressure.
there's
You
a-
mean right here it's a little sore?
I ran, we ran top of it really. Yeah, it's like,
Right there?
yeah, you got it.
So that's definitely part of it. It's probably, Vinny, to tell you the truth, it probably is issued down here.
Mm.
And it's probably a procedure that requires a little bit more than what we're doing here.
Okay.
But yes, you can go rougher. You can go deeper. That's not a problem. Listen to the individual.
Yeah.
What does the individual want?
I'm just asking like your opinion too, because I'm trying to have it like get better, and I just figure since we're learning this, if that's something you or like, and in case her can help with,
Right there?
it's really on the down, right in the bicep,
Mm-hmm.
where I feel like it's connected from here right up to the front of the delt.
Mm-hmm.
It's an old overuse, like something from a job I had years ago, and I think I was cleaning something, I was using my left arm to scrub, and it was bothering me that for about months afterward, and it went away. And about a month ago, I tumbled outside, landed on my left shoulder, and now it just kind of like re-triggered this. It seemed.
So what I'm going to recommend, two things is I'm going to recommend. Number one, get our pain be gone.
Okay.
Number two is to, this is more of a treatment type situation.
Okay.
So I would like to see that in my office. Is
Well,
what
we'll
I-
try to. Okay.
Yeah. But can you go deeper? Yes, you can go deeper.
No, yeah.
Do I think this is the only issue? No, again, I think it actually starts down here.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks for telling me.
Yep.
I was checking that too.
So, all right, yeah, perfect. So now we're going to get down to the forearm. And so with a forearm, you've got the radial and you've got the axial lines. So doing that is absolutely good, but what you can also do is you can run the whole radial line just all the way up to the elbow. So here, let me do that on you, because I don't think I did earlier, but this whole line right there, that's a line.
Okay.
Yeah, and you have the same thing here on the axial. And you can do that. And then we get to the wrist.
Interior.
Yep, it looks good. Looks good.
Okay.
Then we get to the wrist, and with the wrist, I'm just gonna bring my thumbs over it. You know, the two bones you have here match the two bones that are down here. You have the same situation. You've got this big, huge bone that you feel that bone there,
Mm-hmm.
and then you got a little tiny one here. So you can do the same type of thing of going around it in circles exactly, right? Yep. Then once you do that, you can take 3 fingers and put them through there, and then 2 fingers and put them through there. Right? Now you can bend the hand back, and you can work there on the pads.
I think
I'm screwed up.
you got it. Yeah, you're missing my
Okay,
thumb.
hang on.
I know I got it wrong too. You got to like invert
So
it.
basically, go ahead and take your hand out. Yeah, I see what's going on. So what you can do, just put your hands on top of mine.
Okay.
So now you got it? Let
Yeah.
me take my hands away. There you go. That's how that works.
Okay. A little awkward, but again, it's like a practice.
It is a practice, right? And then you can, at that point, bend it back and just work these pads and whatnot. There you go. And then turn the hand over, and you can work the palm.
Let me get my thumb out the way.
And then you can turn the hand back over again. And I don't think I did this particular move earlier. But now you can slide between all of them and give them a good stretch.
Yeah, that feels good on my wrist. There. No,
Which one? Which one are you complaining about?
Well, right now it's probably her side more. It feels like sometimes the left too.
Mm-hmm.
I probably my right more because I used to work on a roofing crew and my wrist must have bothered the wrist somehow with all the. We were using like these pitchfork things that tear off the roof, and my wrist sometimes just feels like something's pinched. So when she stretched it back like that, that felt great.
Awesome.
Kind of loosen it up.
Yep. So then I'll take the fingers just like we did the toes, and I'll work them all the way up, pull, and work on across.
That's right, Lisa. Take your time.
I'm trying to follow right along with it.
Okay. So basically, one thing I see is probably you should be standing down on this side, I'm thinking.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So, and then, you're just working in between all the different knuckles and such. Just a slight rub. And a pull. And then on the thumb. You're not going to have 3 on the thumb, you only have 2 on the thumb.
Okay.
And just a slight pull. Another thing you can do is then just take the hand and move like that. How are we doing, Vinny?
Great.
Awesome. All right, so then any questions so far?
No.
Okay, so then we go down to the leg.
That's
And again, this is a situation where the way I do it is this. The correct way and the way that you should do it is this. And an area where I would not go in this particular case is exactly what you're doing right now. And I have no problem, with you doing that, cool. And you can go all the way up to the groinal area if you so choose and whatnot like that. And just doing a nice rub type situation.
I'm thinking like going to that crease like we were taught in lymphatic drainage. Just kind of pushing it in there.
Yep. And then we do the knee part.
And you really put it in your hands. You don't rub it on the person, right? You do your hands first and
No,
then.
I really only rub it on the finger and then I put it on the person.
Okay.
Yeah. And you're going to work the top of the knee. And so, again, I'm going to encourage you to stand over here.
So I don't know why I keep wanting to watch you up there. It seems easier.
Yep. And so you're working the top of the knee. And then come on around the knee. Exactly. And now we're down to the lower part of the leg. Bring that up that way.
Gonna be as good as me after a while.
And then we're to the foot. And there's this, there's the bone, then there's a line in between the bone. And working on between those lines all the way across the foot is good. And that is a relaxation massage.
Okay.
Any